Hey there, YouTube. Well, today I wanted to bring you all this 2011 Volvo S40 T5 with 29,000 miles. Now, this is the final production year for the S40, and also the T5 became the standard engine. Previous years had the non-turbo 2.4i 5-cylinder, which all I can say is good riddance. That engine only had about 170 horsepower. The T5 has around 227 horsepower. And it's a very lively engine, so that's quite welcoming. As you could also notice, there is some resemblance to the C30, and yes, it does share resemblance. The C30 essentially is a two-door version of this car, hatch. And also the Volvo C70, which essentially is a two-door convertible version with a hardtop, retractable hardtop. So yeah, mechanically it's all identical, all three cars, same underpinnings. Rides on the Focus platform, so that platform was also praised to have decent handling. Shares some resemblance to the S60, the old first generation S60. Dual exhaust tips, the Volvo logo just taking the whole trunk lid on top. And yeah, this look rocked out around 2004, so it is quite long in the tooth, but still a fresh-looking car, in my opinion. There was also a wagon version of this car, the Volvo V50, that was discontinued. Possibly may make a comeback in this country years from now as the V40. There's no word yet of that wagon coming to this country. Essentially, it's more like an Audi A3 killer, so I don't see why that car won't make it for a few years from now. And we can see the interior. Essentially, it's identical as the C30, just with two extra doors behind you. Also identical as the C70. Here's the adjustments to the seats. I already have thigh support adjusted to the max. Memory seating for up to 3 settings. So yeah, I mean, it's a very, how can I say, simplistic or minimalist looking interior, but it's very functional and I guess quite futuristic looking. I mean, you could just see that center stack, it's actually flat. I'll show you in a moment. Well, there you go. I love that. Alrighty, here's the key fob. Lock, unlock to touch the trunk, panic, and this is to light up the exterior lights once you're approaching your car. Very useful at night. This car likely has puddle lamps and such, so yeah, this is actually quite useful. So just stick it right there. There's the ignition. Now, some of you recall one of my earliest videos at To the Redline was a Volvo C30. So this will be a rather easy tour for me as the interior is just identical. So this could be a repeat to some of you. Well, again, this generation S40 came out in 2004, and it really was a very fresh design for Volvo. I mean, the first generation S40 was a nice, lightweight, peppy little car, though it was rather bland and conservative looking, and this car really changed things. It really became a much higher quality, roomier, and somewhat larger vehicle. The first generation, I would just have to admit, it's uncomfortable. I have some experience with that one, and this is just completely the opposite. So, as always, we're going to start off with comfort, and I do have the seat adjusted to where I like it. You can see legroom is pretty good. It does fatten up down here, as you can see, between the legs, but the center stack up here doesn't intrude at all. Footrest is a little bit on the pokey side. It's not too intrusive, though. Lots of shoulder room, as you guys can make out. The seats are actually very comfortable, very plush, very supportive. Backrest hugs your torso immensely. They're very nice. Quickly jump over to interior quality, and it was also on par, I mean, with competitors. Entire dashboard nicely padded all the way around this entire thing. Padded. Let's go to the glove box. You can see, very large. It is packed with crap in here. Oh, the owner's manual. So you guys can see, it's quite deep. You can actually fit a netbook in there if you wish. Has a light. It was damped. Dual latches, so it won't flap around. Shuts evenly. Okay, so we have the hazards up here, the radio, in-dash CD. This should have Bluetooth. You can connect your phone. Yes, it does. Some of these actually do have HD radio. I don't believe this one has it. No. CD, again, auxiliary and USB connectivity. I'll show you where that is in a moment. And very simple. All the controls of the climate control and the radio is all integrated. It may seem confusing, but it's actually quite simple once you get the hang of it. Down below you have the climate control. You can see everything up there. This is just what happens once you turn on the radio. You'll get that little message right there. The stereo is not that bad, actually. Fan speed, rear defogger. And again, here is a closer look at the center stack. You have that little storage area back there. So it's quite thoughtful. It's very sleek looking, I love it. Now the S40 comes equipped with a 5-speed automatic. That is a little bit dated now. I mean, they've had 5-speed automatics since 2001. Has manual shift mode at least. The C30 does come option with a 6-speed manual, so that's very lively right there. I am not sure if the S40 came option with the manual. I'll have to look into that. Anyways, I do love this choice of materials. It's not a hunk of painted metallic plastic, so it's quite nice. Everything's all dusty though. You have the power outlet, I assume a little coin holder, dual cup holders, obviously the e-brake, armrest, and there you go. There is the aux jack and USB port. Connect your iPod or whatever MP3 player you have. Now push this button over here to dislodge the other little tray right there, so you guys can see. Center console is a little bit on the sure-footed side. Somewhat jiggly, but it's not too bad. The lid is sturdy, doesn't jiggle around. It is nicely padded on top. Steering wheel nicely thick, all the way around, leather wrapped. Bow stitching right there. Hands-free controls for the radio. Volume, cruise, very simple stuff there. Wipers, intermittent speed, just turn that little dial, the little wheel right there. Over here, you have the info center. This is where you rotate everything. That little wheel, again, to get to the average MPGs, just about everything, reset. Again, on the turn signal lever. Steering wheel tilts and telescopes, just latch it right there. It is damped. There you go, tilts and telescopes. You have the headlamps, panel dim, fogs, rear fogs, dislodge the fuel filler. Top of the door panel, nicely padded. Side, again, coated nicely. This vinyl, very cushiony. Window locks, all 4 windows, auto up and down, power mirrors, door locks. Lower section of the door pocket feels somewhat grainy, a bit on the smaller side, though at least the commonly touched areas of the door panel, which is just this upper section, again, is nicely padded. You have the little tweeter right there. And I forgot to mention, I believe this car has the 8-speaker audio system. Finishes pretty good on the A-pillar. Going to the passenger side, into the back seat. Everything's on par. It's pretty good. Sun visor, nicely thick. Mirror and vanity light. Oops, you can pull it out right there, swing it. Headliner, nicely flush. Oh shit handles. Damped. Spring isn't concealed on this side. Now, I always wonder why Volvo always did that. I mean, this just looks so out of place, as if somebody had an aftermarket DVD system and then they just put this little cap there. I mean, at least put in a light or something there, not this ugly cap. So, I don't know why Volvo did that. Well, anyways, more interior lighting right there, map lights. Turns on the lights once you open the doors right there. Rearview mirror, I assume dims, that little sensor. Back seat, materials do carry over. Same as up front. And you can see the back seat's very cushiony. You can just see how it could just punch right in the words in there. You have the seat pockets, a little armrest, I'll show you that. Seats do fold down, just pull on this little latch. You may have to remove these headrests, or just, you may just get them in if you are a shorter driver. So, yeah, 60-40 split fold. Let me sit inside. Thigh support is lacking somewhat, and legroom also is a bit on the smallish side, though if you are a somewhat shorter driver, again I'm 6'1", rear passengers will be just fine in here. And here's a better angle of the front seat. You don't have any rear AC or anything like that here. You just have this power outlet. And I forgot to show off this is the lumbar support for the driver's seat. And let me show off the armrest, which is right there. Quite low, but it works. Just lift it up right there. You have a little storage area. A bit useless, but hey, you have something. Little cup holders. Padded area of this armrest is a little bit on the thin side, so it's not much, but it's padded. Car rides on 205/50 17s, rear disc brakes. Take a look at the side of the trunk. And yeah, trunk is just massive. You wouldn't have thought a trunk was this large inside this car. Access is pretty good too. Let's see. Oh, what's this? I don't know. Spare tire is missing, but there should have been a spare tire. Owner's manual, jack and everything should have been in here. All that was stolen, or the previous owner took it. Headlamps are projected. Yeah, they're fogs. And Volvo's familiar 2.5 liter dual overhead cam, 5-cylinder, has variable valve timing. They've had that for years. Produces 227 horsepower at 5,000 RPM, but a decent 236 foot-pounds of torque at 1,500. So this car delivers lots of low-end torque. It won't be slow at all. I do love how it has a little battery cooler. Air will come in through the grill, come out through here, hook up to this little tube, which falls on top of the battery. So that's quite essential. Give this suite a good rev. I just opened the door, that's why. It's a very rev-happy engine. Close the doors, windows. Quiet. It's actually pleasant. I mean, once the revs start creeping upwards, it does get somewhat loud, but it's actually more of a pleasant sound, and you also hear some of the throaty, burbly exhaust note in back. I love it. Well, before concluding this tour, I just have to admit that the S40 truly is one of my favorite models in the Volvo lineup, and in my opinion, it's a shame that this is the final year and that Volvo really hasn't even shown any plans of what they're going to do to replace it. I mean, they really can't make a decent small car. This competes well against the Audi A4, the 2.0T. Well, the Audi will be more refined, has a much more refined engine. You get about 200 horsepower with a 4-cylinder engine versus this car with a 5-cylinder and then only makes about 227. Not that it's a bad thing, but I mean, it just comes to show that this car should have been updated in terms of horsepower. I mean, it should be making north of 250 in my opinion. I believe the S40 started around $26,000. And you get a rather decently packaged car with a decent interior, comfort, great handling, and great power. Fuel efficiency, 30 miles a gallon, which is pretty good for a turbocharged 5-cylinder engine for a car that does move as peppy as this does. 0 to 60 should do it at under 7 seconds, which is just excellent too. So if you're in the market for a small premium European sedan, then give the S40 a look, and it's quite possible that you may actually love this car.